All right, everybody, welcome back to Bloomington Buddies, where two buddies talk about all things sports. As you probably noticed, Quincy Bell is not able to be with us here today. He actually went back, I'm pretty sure, on Wednesday. He actually is going to be at the game tonight in Chicago. He was there last night for the Rutgers-Maryland game, and I can't remember what the other one was. I think he was there for the Ohio State-Iowa game. So, yeah, he's definitely watching those right now. And when we get back from break, we'll probably recap those games, and, of course, March Madness will be starting. So super, super pumped about all of that. But for today's show, it's going to be me and Jackson, so we're going to have quite a bit of fun to talk about today. I am going to go ahead and say we are going to go ahead and start with maybe some draft prospects, kind of just picks who we think's going. I usually start about 6 weeks in advance. I do half a round each week, and so it evens out to be about draft time. But we're going to do the full first round today since it's just two of us. It shouldn't take too long. I know I didn't tell you in advance, so you're probably like, oh, no.
I'm but frantically trying to grab my computer now, and I'm like, oh, shit.
I decided we'll do it last, so we're good. But, yeah, I decided, last night at 11 p.m. we were going to do that. So, whatever. But, as usual, we got a lot. You'll probably see me checking the phone every now and then. Actually, Purdue is playing Rutgers right now, so go Scarlet Knights. Let's go. But, yeah, so I'll be checking that every now and then, kind of telling you guys if anything changes. But I know that Quincy wanted to do a little bit of the World Baseball Classic. It's not really my thing, so if Jackson wants to talk about it, I have the lineup, but it's more his thing, so we'll let him talk about it if he wants. But
I really haven't been following too much on the World Baseball Classic. I've really more just kind of been focused on, just spring training and the MLB,
fair.
I mean, obviously you and I are Yankee fans and everything, so the big news about Rodon is
that was
really,
major.
That was
I'm pumped.
bad because, so much is in the air right now.
Correct.
And I'm sorry for your fans that if nobody's a Yankee fan or anything, but for Yankee fans, it's kind of a toss up right now because it's
correct.
It's either he's going to be back in May
or
we're
not
going to see him
back
for a year and a
correct.
half.
And I was pumped about it, but then again, you also have to think about that is, are we getting anything out of it this year?
Exactly.
Or do we just trade away a bunch of stuff to get him and or sign him, and it's just
it seems like everything for the Yankees the past 6 months has just been every single trade prospect that we've gotten has gotten injured.
Correct.
Because when we got Bader, he was injured.
Rizzo was injured when we first got him.
Rizzo was injured.
He came back pretty quickly, though.
I mean, Trevino's been injured too, so like we said, Rodon is injured. So, I mean,
we have no luck with that.
But honestly, I would rather, because I know Bader is hurt again, I think, actually. He's got something going on with, his left wrist or something, something strained or something like that. But,
It's all right. We got 26 of them. We can take a break for a couple decades.
Honestly. But, I would honestly rather all of the injury drama happen now.
I agree. Spring training is definitely when I would rather that stuff happen. But I am afraid
June, than June where it's oh shoot,
Yeah, but I'm also
Carlos
scared
Rodon
that
might
they're
be
gonna
out for the postseason or something.
I'm scared they're gonna have problems adjusting to the new rules though. That's why spring training, because there's already been a lot of problems in spring training with players being crap, I forgot that's a rule.
Yeah,
and I think the MLB is stupid. I mean, I have for a while, but this just proves it to me. I hate the new rules.
I like the new rules.
I like the new pitching rule or the time count.
The time clock.
That's about it. Other than that, I think you heard about the new rule where you can't shift your infielders. So people are taking the left field and putting him in as an infielder pretty much.
I really like that rule.
That's dumb as shit.
I hate the shift so much.
No, it makes sense though. It's just like football. You call an audible, you shift to one side if they move, if they motion.
The thing is, it's what's the point of positions then if there's no there's no set place for you to play at,
Well, that's the same thing in every sport,
for me,
though.
It was just ridiculous, the fact that, the second baseman can also be your right fielder, It was just
Yeah, I guess, but it's adapting to the batter. I mean, it's just again, football, sometimes a corner plays safety.
But you have to admit, though, it will make things more exciting for the game because
But now they're finding a way around it.
If they aren't as shifted,
correct.
Players can have more opportunity to make amazing top 10 plays and stuff like that. But
correct.
Also, more hits, more runs. That's what the MLB's been wanting. That's what the fans have been wanting.
Well, MLB. I mean, I personally don't want to sit there for 4 hours and no runs.
Exactly,
but,
though. So that's the thing, And everything's been working. I saw a tweet from Jeff Passan who said 2022 the overall. I think I've said this on the show before, but the overall time for a game, the average time for a game in 2022 was 3 hours and 9 minutes or something.
Yeah.
The average in spring training is 2.5 hours. And like he also put up statistics for like the numbers of runs. Like
Correct.
there have been more runs so far in every single spring training game. There have been, I think there have been just as many strikeouts, honestly. But like, yeah, more hits, more runs. You know, a lot more action, basically. So I mean, if anything, like, you know, the MLB has succeeded in what they wanted to do with these rules,
and
you know?
we'll see how it goes. But I mean, as usual, I mean, teams are finding a way around it.
Yeah.
I did watch a part of one. I don't remember which game it was. I literally just turned it on for a second of spring training. I don't think I got the Yankees game because of where we live, which I hate. But and I noticed that they just been bringing the left fielder up to play right on the edge of the grass. So they're just finding a way around it.
They are.
Hey, you won't let us shift? Fine, we'll play him at our pretty much third base.
I mean, it does put people at an advantage, though. I mean, I think part of that shift is like the center fielder shifts over to the right as well, you know?
Yeah,
so,
they
I
do.
mean,
They shift it.
Because, yeah, like at this point, yeah, it's like instead of shifting the infield, the outfield is moving around and everything.
And I mean, it makes sense, but it's also like you're just exploiting loopholes at this point.
It does. And I mean, even some pitchers, and I mean, obviously the pitchers don't really like the pitch clock, obviously, because it puts them at a disadvantage and everything. So I mean,
but it also moves the game along.
It does move the game along. You know, guys like Max Scherzer has talked about like holes and loopholes that he's been finding in the pitch clock, you know, because he's been talking like, is it like basketball when it hits 0, there's still technically like a second left even when the clock goes to 0, or is it like time's up when you hit 0? He's like, he wants more clarification on the rules and stuff like that too. So, which is understandable, you know.
I don't remember what is it now. What did they move it to? 15?
So it depends on the situation that it's in. If nobody's on base, then yeah, once the pitcher gets the ball back, 15 seconds, he's got to pitch the ball again. If there's a guy on base, I believe he gets 20 or 25 seconds to pitch. I'll have to look that up. I think it's 20 seconds.
I couldn't remember what it was. I knew there was a rule, but like or a difference in like if base or no bases, and I just couldn't remember what it was. So
and he also gets like, I think he gets 3 pickoff attempts, but if he doesn't get the guy out on the third pickoff attempt, then it counts as a ball then in the batter's box.
That's
I think.
So dumb.
Either that or it counts as a balk, I think, actually. I think it counts as a balk.
That's so stupid.
So, like, he's only got 3 pickoff attempts per at-bat to get the guy out.
Oh, per at-bat. Okay.
Yeah, not per inning. Per
I was about to say, that would suck.
Per at-bat, yeah. So, on the third pickoff attempt of an at-bat, if he doesn't get him out, then it's a balk, and the guy goes to second or wherever, you know.
Okay. Interesting.
I think there was something else. I think the batter can only step out once. He can only call time once.
Good.
And that was something that hitters don't like, is that they have to be in the box with 8 seconds left, and the pitchers use that 8 seconds to their advantage because, like, just standing there for 8 seconds is so awkward, you know?
Yeah.
And so if they use that time quickly, then they've got the rest of the at-bat.
Correct.
The pitcher's got the rest of the at-bat to just mess with them, you know? So it creates both advantages and disadvantages for both sides that you can't really think of, you know. So that's what I like about it, you know.
I do like that rule because I think that it's just like, you know, there are times I'll watch a game and like 3 or 4 times the batter's like, "Hang on, give me a second." I'm like, "Dude, come on, just hit the damn ball." Like,
I love the videos on Twitter where it just shows like different at bats from like earlier seasons where it takes them like 5 minutes to throw 2 pitches, but then like they go through an entire inning in the same amount of time.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, so we'll just run through the starting lineups really quick. Just if I had it here, I thought. Okay. So it looks like for starting pitchers, I am kind of sad though, which we can also talk about this. Shohei Ohtani may not be coming back to LA.
Shohei Ohtani, yeah.
And so he's not even in the World Baseball Classic anymore.
He's not, no.
Because he doesn't technically have a team.
I don't think so.
He's a free agent. So I guess they didn't put him in there because he definitely deserves to be in there.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
he's the best player in baseball.
Easily.
He is the best player in baseball.
He's the best all-around player, easily. Yeah, because I mean, I would say Trout and Judd are kind of like there for hitting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give Trout a chance and actually put him on a decent team. We always make the joke. He's been to more Philadelphia Eagles playoff games than he ever has Angels games. Yeah. So I mean, but like, yeah, everybody's got their own category. But Shohei Ohtani is just such a great all-around player. He can hit, he can pitch, he can field. He's ridiculous.
I mean, it's very early to say it, but everybody knows it. Like, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Easily.
There's
no question.
He will be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He was a first ballot Hall of Famer a couple years ago.
Exactly.
I mean, but starting pitchers, looks like Jason Adam is actually, which I thought was interesting, the Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, he was really good this year for being a Ray, but like I didn't think that he would be a starting pitcher like that. Because you've also got names like Lance Lynn is on there. I'm pretty sure, did they not put him? Oh no, I guess they wouldn't put him on there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we have any Yankees? We don't. Damn.
I don't think there's any Yankees.
There's two Mets.
Nestor was originally supposed to be
Nestor Cortez,
but
yeah.
he got hurt.
Correct.
I think it's like a hamstring injury or something like
Yes.
that he's got going on. I think he had that same problem last year. Like towards the end of the season, I think it was just like a fluke injury kind of thing that the Yankees were just like, yeah.
Well, I mean, if we
like,
name
just
any
to help
player
him
on the Yankees
rest.
right now, they'll have some type of injury, so it's okay.
Yeah, so.
Aaron Judd's got some moral issues, probably, but anyway, so yeah, David Bard, the Rockies, and then David Bednar. There's a lot of starting pitchers. Lance Lynn, like I already said, from the White Sox, but yeah,
Adam
that'll be
Wainwright
interesting.
From the Cardinals.
Who?
Adam Wainwright.
Yes, he is on there.
Yep.
Which I thought was pretty interesting. Ryan Presley's on there, which I thought was pretty cool. The Astros. I hate the Astros, but I actually don't mind him. Like, I don't hate him.
Yeah.
Like, there are players I don't hate on the Astros, but I hate the Astros. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Like, everybody does.
Absolutely. Everybody does. So.
By the way, update. Wow, Rutgers already up 12-4 against Purdue.
Oh, good.
5 minutes in.
12-4?
12-4. So I'm pumped about that.
Scarlet Knights, let's go.
Yeah, let's go Scarlets. All right, outfielders. No shock here. Mike Trout is on there. Our very own Hoosier Kyle Schwarber is starting. He had one hell of a season with the Phillies.
Last year,
literally,
oh my God.
I don't think you understand how hard I was rooting for the Phillies in the World Series. I hate I don't even watch it really, but I was just like, I need my man to get the World Series.
It's crazy how the most loyal Bryce Harper haters flipped.
It's ridiculous
when everybody found out that the Astros they were going to be playing.
Everybody hates the
World
Astros.
Series.
The Astros are the New England Patriots of the MLB.
There's one thing that baseball a lot of baseball fans hate more than Bryce Harper. It's the Houston Astros.
Correct.
Like
they literally
crazy.
are like you're only an Astros fan if you're from Houston or you're a bandwagon.
And the thing is that people probably hate the Astros even more now.
Oh, correct.
Because they lost, or they hate Harper even more now because
they lost, which I think is stupid. It was not Harper's fault.
So, it was not Harper's fault.
Harper and Schwarber both had great series.
They both played
phenomenal.
Fantastic.
Like it was ridiculous.
So.
Kyle Tucker's on there from the Astros. Cedric Mullins, which he's pretty good. I like him.
Yeah.
I'm so sad he's onto the Orioles.
Mm-hmm.
Like talent wasted.
But
and then Mookie
the
Betts.
Orioles have been making a comeback though.
They've
the
been
past few
decent.
years.
Well,
like,
they looked good and then they fell off last year.
Yeah, that was the thing about last year. They looked good in the beginning. Honestly, the first half up until the All-Star game, they were pretty solid.
They were third, I think.
Yeah,
behind the Yankees,
solid. And then it just kind of fell off there the second half.
Correct.
I mean, I feel like that was the story a lot with everybody last year with a lot of teams. I mean, the Yankees
they started slower
to be like the best baseball team in MLB history,
and then they fell off,
and then they just had an absolutely horrible.
Because I want to say the first 10 games they actually started slow. The Yankees, I feel like they were like 5-5, and then they just went insane. I feel like then they just blew up.
Games, I don't think were bad.
I think they started out mediocre, and then they just went off and they won like 25 of 30. Like they went ridiculous.
Yeah, like May through June of last year was just unbelievable for the Yankees.
Yeah, so it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then Mookie Betts for the Dodgers starting there. Infielders, Pete Alonso. I like him. I don't like the Mets because I'm a Yankees fan, but like Pete Alonso is just one of my favorite all around players. I love that man.
He's so cool.
I'm sad that DeGrom is gone for them. Which I don't know where.
I mean,
we'll see him.
They had some big hits, but also they gained a lot over the offseason. Like, the Mets had a fun offseason this year.
Which I think is so funny. Like, literally, it's like the one sport that doesn't have a cap, and, like, literally you can't keep your star players. It's so funny.
But then,
like,
that's the...
It's just so funny. It's like, hey, we could give you as much money as you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know, like, if the NBA didn't have a SAP calorie, it would still be Steph, Clay, Kevin Durant, probably LeBron would be in there.
Absolutely.
I mean, it would be ridiculous. And the same with the NFL. Like,
if there was no salary cap for the NBA, like,
it would be
everybody
ridiculous.
would be playing for the Lakers.
Same with the NFL.
Everybody would be playing for the Lakers. Like, the starting five would be LeBron, Steph, KD. And,
it would be ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
And I mean, it would be the same for the NFL. Everybody would be on the Chiefs right now, or everybody would be on the Eagles, or
like Giannis would be there too for the Lakers. Like, it would be unbelievable.
Imagine Jokic, Giannis, dude. That'd be ridiculous.
That'd be unbelievable.
No, that would be an all-star lineup though. But yeah, so those are the big starters, I would say. Paul Goldschmidt is on there for the Cardinals. He was the National League MVP.
Yep.
So Shout out to him. I do
Awesome
remember
season
that. Look
last
at me
year.
remembering something.
Very good season last year. He was so
Yeah,
good.
he was very good for them. And again, another talent that's just wasted on a shitty team.
It's probably because I lived in Indiana my whole life and everything, so I don't have an MLB team or anything. But I like the Cardinals. I love the Cardinals. They've always been like a good comfort team for me. It feels
Fair.
like,
I've just never.
I've never had a reason to hate them before.
Nah, I mean I have. They always almost every time we've met them in the playoffs, they've beat us almost.
Yeah, probably.
And they're always like a team that I just hate seeing because they're either really freaking good or they're horrible.
That's the thing.
And so it's like it seems they always are very, very good when they play us.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn it.
Maybe I like them because they gave us Harrison Bader or something. I don't know.
There we go. But yeah, and then the catcher looks like it's going to be. I'm not going to be able to say this guy's last name, but
Higgy.
he's a Yankee. I know him,
Kyle
but I
Higashioka?
can never say. I can never say it. I always just say Higgy because if you think about it, the Iggy is like always my go-to thing. Andre Iguodala is just Iggy. Andrew Wiggins is just Wiggy. Now we got Higgy.
That's fair.
So it's just like it's an easy comfort,
Kyle
but
Higashioka, he's great.
yeah, he is. He's been a really good catcher.
Like
so.
that's the thing that I love about our catching staff with Trevino and Higgy is like they're such a good 1-2 punch. I would probably take Trevino over Higgy.
It depends on the situation, yeah.
But Cole loves Higgy, like that's his guy.
100%.
So, which I find so funny.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Cole, I love Garrett Cole. I do, but he's the only person we have. And I think that's fully healthy at the moment.
I mean, we still got Sevy.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is honestly a shock.
Okay.
Sevy is...
But he didn't perform as well last year as he has, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, he was out for...
Exactly.
He was on the 60-day IL, though. You can't
exactly.
You can't
That's my
really
point,
blame him for his performance.
Correct, but you know what I'm saying? I love Garrett Cole to death, but I would rather get multiple players that I know will be able to help, especially with our injuries, than just ride Garrett Cole because Garrett Cole cannot carry us to a championship.
I was just listening to Talking Yanks this morning, actually, and they made a great point that basically it's at this point, because our pitching staff is kind of suffering right now, you have to weigh it out with the lineup.
Correct.
Whatever we don't have in the pitching staff, you have to make up for in the lineup.
Exactly.
And the number one place to start right now, well, the 1 and 2 places to start, shortstop and left field.
Yes.
Because there are big question marks there.
And that's what I'm saying.
Because big question marks there all of spring training.
And I mean, that's been the case for a while, though. I mean, people have been saying, "Oh, put DJ at blah 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 blah," and I'm just like,
yeah,
no, he's second base. He's not gonna play shortstop. So we don't have a true shortstop, I would say.
Yeah. What would be your ideal lineup? Who do you want in left? Who do you want in short? In the infield cover.
It depends. I mean, if they're gonna run that stupid BS what they're doing with everybody else in spring training, where they put 2 outfielders out there half the time and they have a fielder come up, I mean, obviously we're putting Aaron out there.
Yeah.
I know everybody doesn't like him, but he's one of the best outfielders in the game.
Aaron Judge?
Honestly, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily one of the best right fielders in the game.
Absolutely.
Easily. And that's why I can't be like, people are just like, oh, well, he can hit, but what else can he do? Oh, I don't know. He's like Mike Trout.
Look at his highlight reels from last year that aren't hitting.
And he can haul ass for a big dude too, which is funny in the field.
He robbed a couple of home runs last year. He's
good.
He robbed Shohei Ohtani of a home run last year.
And did you actually see? Apparently there was. I never actually saw it, but apparently there was a video after the game of him just going, "Come on, man," and it's just like, you had to rob me of it.
Shohei did that.
Yeah, and it was just like, I do too. He's such a cool guy,
and that's why he's so lovable too.
He is, and it's just so funny,
likable.
But yeah, I mean, I really don't know because we don't have anybody to put. We're gonna have to either draft or we're gonna have to sign
for left field,
for left and short, because we don't have anybody that I'm sitting here going, you know what? I believe you can play that position.
Not even Anthony Volpe.
But is he gonna stay healthy?
What do you mean? Is he gonna stay healthy?
Because the last couple, who was it? We had, what was it, 2 seasons ago? We had a shortstop that went out almost the first week, I think it was, where he actually hurt his leg, and then he was out for most of the season. I want to say that was 2 years ago.
The way that I've seen him play,
he's looked good
more than anybody on that ball field right now. I trust him leagues ahead more than IKF right now. But I'm sorry, IKF. You seem like a very nice guy.
And I agree with that statement, but
he was so bad.
I just don't know. there are always players that look good in MLB spring training, and then they go into the real season, and then we're just like, whoa, what happened?
It's understandable.
I mean, we'll see. It is. I mean,
but the way that we saw the kids play last year, Oswald
Fair.
Peraza, Oswaldo Cabrera, they were lights out. Well,
Yes.
probably not Peraza more than Cabrera, but I'm thinking more Cabrera because like Cabrera was just he's unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
just put him anywhere and he'll make a top 10 play of the
correct.
week.
And I
there,
mean,
you know,
there's
did you see the catch that he
conversation.
made in center the other day?
I didn't. No. I haven't been able to watch hardly any of the Yankees games because I don't get it.
It was either their last game or the game before that they played. Yeah, he just made a diving play out in center. It was unbelievable. He saved a run for Cole. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
so good.
but that's where we do make up for that. We have great hitters, and we
Yeah.
also have great fielders. Our pitching is a little weak because of all the injuries, and I mean, Garrett. Don't get me wrong. I still think Garrett Cole's a top 10 pitcher in the league.
It was so weird
But-
last year because going into the playoffs, I was feeling so confident on our hitting. It was our pitching that I was so worried about, but then it ended up being the exact opposite.
Correct.
That screwed us in the playoffs.
And I
We
am
could
kinda
not hit
scared
for shit.
Because he had such a great season. I don't think he's going to be able to top it, and I think he's going to fall off this year.
Who?
Aaron Judd.
Aaron Judge?
I don't think that he's gonna like go off again. Like I feel like he had
I'm
such
not
a
saying-
great season last year. I feel like he's just gonna have like a disappointing season compared to last season. Like
Well,
he's
either way, it's going to be disappointing in a lot of
Correct.
baseball fans' eyes because he doesn't break the home run record again.
well, watch him
you
break
know?
it though. That'd be so funny. He
That
breaks
would be
his own.
unbelievable if he broke Barry Bonds' record.
No,
somehow.
Okay, no. Correction. If he broke his own record, I don't count that. I know people do, but like
Yeah.
that's like saying that you count winning a blackjack game where you cheated. I don't think that that's. But
That's like saying you count winning a World Series by blatantly cheating on live
Correct.
television. Oh wait, sorry.
sorry. Yeah. Didn't mean to call you out there, Astros.
Something caught in my throat there.
Yeah, sorry. City of Houston has a big problem with cheating. So yeah, I do want to go ahead though, move on to
Yeah, that was a lot of
college
Yankee
basketball.
talk. Sorry
we
about
did
that.
talk. Yeah, sorry. You got two fans here. When you get two fans together, you're bound to get that happening.
Talking baseball ends up talking their favorite team.
I'm not a big fan of baseball, but I can talk some Yankees. I'm not opposed to that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of go through the conferences real quick and basketball. Talk about what we're seeing in each conference, kind of the latest standings. As of yesterday, in the AAC, UCF knocks off SMU, or well, not really knocks off. They were favored, but they beat SMU 76-70. East Carolina does knock off South Florida pretty bad. They end up winning 73-58. And then Wichita State burns through Tulsa and they win 81-63. So today it is the quarterfinals. And it looks like the semifinals, and it looks like it's going to be East Carolina is taking on Houston, who is the number one team in the country right now, and I don't think that they're going to stay there. I don't think I honestly watching, like every other year I can be like, oh, Gonzaga looks like they're going to win. Oh, Baylor. Oh, Kansas. This year I have not a single team I'm like they're going to win.
Houston has had some close calls lately.
Correct,
Like
and
they
that's
just
scary.
won off the buzzer beater
Exactly.
the other day. Like it's been. I'm with you. Like
Every
there
single
isn't
number one
team
seed,
that
correct.
I've seen so far that's like, oh, they're absolutely gonna
Every
make a run
t-
for the championship.
Every team that's going to get the number one seed in the tournament, I'm not confident they're going to win. Like I'm not. By the way, 19-10. Let's go. Oh, no, 20 to. Yo, we just hit a pull up 3 on the fast break. Rutgers up 20-10 right now. But yeah, so they're playing East Carolina. Cincinnati's playing Temple. Memphis is playing UCF, and Tulane is playing Wichita State. That will start in an hour, will start in an hour with Eastern Carolina against Houston. So we'll see how they end up playing out there. Now, onto the ACC, we had some really interesting games. Wake Forest beat Syracuse on Wednesday, 77-74. North Carolina destroys Boston College, 85-61. Pittsburgh beats Georgia Tech, and NC State beats Virginia Tech, 97-77. Then we get into the good games. Virginia knocks North Carolina out of the tournament. So they now could possibly not make the March Madness tournament.
It's definitely
And all thanks to yours truly. Yeah, so Virginia is actually, looking pretty decent this year, number 13 right now. They beat them 68-59. Duke just demolishes Pittsburgh 96-69. Is Duke coming back just in time? Is the question. They're 21 in the country right now, but they struggled most of the season, and now they look like they're coming back strong.
I mean, obviously, if there's any time to get hot, now is the time.
Correct.
Going into the tournament, So, I mean, they're gaining some steam right now, so I wouldn't count them out just yet.
I agree.
I really wouldn't count them out.
Miami barely escapes against Wake Forest, 74-72 on a last-second shot, which was pretty crazy. Clemson ends up just demolishing NC State, an in-state rivalry that has always won for the books, and they win 80-54. And then today we have the quarterfinals between, it's going to be Virginia against Clemson and Miami against Duke. Duke and Miami's up first at 7, and then Clemson, Virginia at 9:30. So that will be interesting to watch. The American East doesn't have any games, do they? No,
I don't think so.
Or no, the championship is Vermont against UMass Lowell. Wow, such an interesting matchup we're gonna see. So glad we have that game to look forward to. It looks like the ASUN. I don't even know what that. I didn't even forgot that was a conference. I'm not even gonna lie. Davidson got beat by VCU pretty bad, which kind of sucks. I'm secretly down low a Davidson fan just because of Steph. I'm not gonna lie. Like every time I see Davidson, I'm just like, yeah, I kind of hope you guys win. Like, but Dayton beats St. Joseph 60-54. St. Louis beats George Mason, and then Fordham beats La Salle. No games yesterday, or no games today. And then Fordham is playing Dayton, and St. Louis is playing VCU tomorrow. Let's see. Any other bigger conference? Big 12. What do we got going on in the Big 12? Quarterfinals are today at 7 and 9:30. Kansas is playing Iowa State. That'll be a good game.
That's going to be a good one.
I think that one's going to be a lot closer than people are giving credit.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be close. Like you said, I don't think there's really one set team.
Correct. And this is testing every team's limits right now.
Exactly.
And all of these teams are sitting here going, oh, we're 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to get the number 1 seed. And they're going into it going, this will be easy. And then you're having people like freaking right now, Ohio State, who in the Big Ten tournament
has won their first 2 games.
Has won their first 2 games against, first one wasn't big, but then they beat Iowa, who has literally just been coming out and demolishing every team.
Yeah.
And, they're now going into the semifinals at, 13th seed, I think, in the Big Ten? They're under 500.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's crazy. And this is the time of year where I literally say, screw skill. Let's just see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Never underestimate the power of a Cinderella story.
That's what I'm saying.
Never underestimate
Now, don't get me wrong. I think that you're very rarely going to ever see a Cinderella story actually win it all. But, it has happened.
It has
but
happened.
It almost always comes to an end. I mean, we saw it last year. North Carolina almost made it.
The most crushing one for me was Loyola Chicago, but that's only because I went to Loyola Chicago for my freshman year. I did.
I did not know that. Interesting.
I was there online my entire freshman year.
Oh, okay.
Before I transferred back to Indy. So
you made the right choice, my sir.
Yeah.
But yeah. That'll be interesting. Kansas, Iowa State, and then Texas and TCU. Texas is overrated. I don't care what anybody says. I don't think they're that good.
TCU making a run, dude. Everywhere
honestly,
this year.
I mean, are we gonna see it? Michigan TCU first round.
Imagine if Michigan that happened. Michigan TCU first round.
No, at this point, Michigan may not even be making the tournament. So
probably not
after that loss.
Yeah, it's so tough.
They're saying right now they're predicted to be the first 4 out.
First 4 out. Okay.
So they could, or first 4 in, not first 4 out.
It's. Yeah, I wouldn't be too shocked if they didn't make it. I would be very shocked.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But Rutgers is doing an amazing job with Zach Edey. I'm not even lying. They have 2 people in the paint at all times, and then they just have them swinging out to the wing if they need to. Yeah, this is crazy. They're doing a great job with him.
Got to block out the big man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they're double teaming him in the paint.
What's the score now? 1916?
1916, I think.
Okay, yeah.
I think.
They had a much bigger lead. Wait,
they did.
So, wait,
but now
we say it was 20-10 at one point?
It was. Well, yeah, that's right. So that can't be right.
I don't know what's going on.
Are you looking on Google?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Google will literally tell you that a game is still going on 4 days after it's been over. I looked the other day and it said that the women's Iowa game was still going on.
That's really funny.
Like between IU and Iowa. And I was like,
fantastic.
That doesn't make sense. See if they bring the score up. 2016. 2016.
2016, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's a year Purdue wishes would come back. Anyway, so Big 12, yeah, is over. Big East, never any. There's a bunch of good ranked teams, and then they all just shit the bed in the tournament. Pardon the expression, but I mean, when you think about it, literally in the games yesterday, every single game had a top 25 team in it. Number 6 Marquette beat St. John. Number 11 UConn beat Providence. Number 15 Xavier beat DePaul, and number 24 Creighton beat Villanova. That was big.
Yeah,
that was major because everybody thought Villanova's going to win this and they're going to try to sneak in.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
they're not.
Nope.
This is going to be probably one of the first years I don't think Villanova makes it.
Really?
I mean, because
How
Nova,
long
I'm
has it
pretty
been
sure
since they weren't in the tournament.
I don't even remember because
I mean,
Nova is.
I've always known.
Shut up.
I've always known Villanova as a baseball school. Like that, they've always been like consistently one of, if not the best baseball.
I mean, it's always Vandy, but like.
And I mean, I know they've made the March Madness tournament.
Oh, they make it almost all the time.
They make it a bunch.
I mean, they won the championship.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, they're a good basketball school too. I mean, but I mean, Jalen Brunson, obviously, you know, they've had some great name players come out, but it's they're 17-16, and they just lost in the tournament pretty early. So
that's tough.
If they sneak in, they're going to sneak in with Michigan.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. But I am pumped for Selection Sunday because also I need to send it to you. I'll have to send it to you through text. I forgot to. We're doing bracket challenge for.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we're just anybody can join. We already put it out to the public, but I'm also doing a women's one for Bloomington Buddies because
there we go.
That's more fun. Honestly, last year my bracket was so much more accurate for women. Like I was just
say,
like,
are you doing that? I was gonna say, are you gonna do that for the show? Like fill out your brackets and then okay.
Yeah. I figured that'll probably be. I mean, I may still make one over break, but like we're gonna do a fill out. We're gonna fill them out on the show. I think.
All right. Sounds good.
So yeah, we may do that for our first episode back in 2 weeks.
Let's do it.
So yeah, today we're gonna see Marquette playing UConn and Xavier playing Creighton, who, by the way, Creighton is no longer ranked, which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
They got bumped down as of yesterday. That's weird. No, they must just not have put it on there because they don't change their rankings yet. Yeah, that's wrong. They're still 24. There's no way because they don't change their rankings till Monday.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I'm honestly, I think UConn started out great, fell off.
Yeah.
And now they are a sleeper team. They're coming back. They're pulling a Duke right now.
Yeah,
they're getting really strong at the right moment.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's really what it comes down to when it comes to the tournament.
Correct.
Like,
is who can get hot.
Who can get hot at the right time.
And I mean, we saw it with St. Peter's. We saw it with Oral Roberts, which both of them, by the way, probably aren't making the tournament. Darn it, bro.
No.
I literally said I want a St. Peter's Purdue first round, and I said I also want an Oral Roberts Ohio State first round. I just would love to see that.
Middle Tennessee and Florida Atlantic just started as well.
Oh, did they? Okay,
yep,
awesome.
Just started.
What conference even are they?
USA.
Okay, we need to just tune down the conferences a little bit. Some of them don't even exist in my head. Like
number one versus number four, man.
The A-Sun, like, I'm sorry, like, what even is the A-Sun, man? Come on. Yeah, no, some of these conferences are just like, so yeah, I'm taking UConn, and I think Xavier will win against Creighton. They're home. They technically have the home advantage, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all played in the same location.
Yeah.
People are mad about that though. People are saying, "Yeah, good pass, Zach. You threw that to nobody." He literally just threw it over their heads and threw it out of bounds. No, I mean, people are always saying IU and Purdue have the biggest advantages in the Big Ten tournament because it's almost always in Chicago or Indy. And I'm just like, nah, that sounds like a skill issue, personally. It sounds like you just need to be able to win.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
the funny thing is we
that,
literally don't ever win.
If you're going by that logic, then you could say that Northwestern always has the advantage, too, because it's up in Chicago. It's like, okay.
Well, the funny thing is like, literally, of those three schools we listed, like, none of them hardly ever win the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah.
IU has won one time. Purdue has won one time.
Yeah.
Like, in recent memory. It's ridiculous.
It's
so I don't want to hear it.
Very weak argument.
Yes.
Like, if it truly is an advantage for us, we haven't taken an advantage.
That's like saying that Purdue and IU have the advantage to go to the Big Ten championship in football, which Purdue did this year just because they literally play in the worst division in freaking football.
Yeah.
But Like, no, it's in Indy every year, but I don't remember the last time I saw IU in it.
I'm still so bummed that we didn't get a Michigan-Ohio State national championship. That would have been so much better.
It would have been so much better. And then I would have laughed when Ohio State stepped up. Just beat you guys. I mean, honestly, I could have not rooted for either team if they made it. I couldn't. I literally physically could not. I could not be like, I want this team to win.
Even if you aren't a fan of either team, you have to admit that would be so much
Oh,
better.
it would be a great championship. But like, I without hesitation said I want TCU to win that game. No hesitation.
Everyone wanted TCU to win that game. Nobody. Like,
I honestly would. At this point, I would have been fine with Georgia winning if we would have had more of a game.
I can't express to you my joy that I felt when I heard Stetson Bennett got arrested.
It was so funny.
Like, it was for like public intoxication or something like that.
It was he got tackled for it too. Yeah, it was funny.
The entire national championship, my roommates and my friends and I were all just making fun of Stetson Bennett the entire time. We're like, he is a 26-year-old man playing with 18-year-olds out there on the field, and everybody's like, "Oh, everyone overlooked him. No one ever gave him a chance." I'm like, he had his time.
Yeah, literally,
Kirby
he had his time. He had his 9 years. But no, it was so funny. Somebody made the joke at the combine when he was throwing dots. They said, "Hey, bring out the police," but he can't make that throw over them. And I literally was just like, "Damn!" They're like, "Let the police rush him, see if he scrambles." I was like, "Damn, bro, that's rough."
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that will the draft of this year is gonna be great. We'll get to that literally in just a second. I just want to go through. I'm gonna skip some of these divisions. Some of them are not worth talking about. No games there. Big Ten. Got to talk about it. Rutgers up right now. It looks like 22-19 as of now. This is on commercial.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
Big Ten Players of the Year. Yeah, you know what? Screw you, Zach Edey. Literally, I'm just like people saying, "Oh, he deserved it." Yeah, well, I would too if I was 7'4" and had no other job but to stand in the paint. Literally. I was just like, and literally, it's so funny. Everybody's like, "He's so great." Yeah, last year nobody knew who the hell he was because, again, at 7'4", he couldn't do anything. It's freaking hilarious. Anyway, but yeah, sure. If you want to say he was the best player because of his stats, go ahead. But watch when they lose to Rutgers. Then tell me he's the best player.
I think the solid 1.5 that he has than everybody else.
That's what I was. What he was like. Yeah, that's what I literally went. Trace averages more blocks per game, and he is 7 inches shorter. That should right there tell you that you need to go. And they're like, well, he averages more points per game. I said, all he's got to do is turn around and hope to God he hits the square on the backboard. Like, that's it. Like, he just posts up against people 6 inches shorter than him. But yeah, no, it was funny. But yeah, that game's going on right now. It is 4 minutes till halftime.
I will say I love watching him dunk.
Oh yeah,
because it's just it's just a small hop.
Yeah, it's funny. It was like watching Patrick Ewing or Shaq or anybody else dunk. It's just kind of a
little.
Yeah, he really could just stand there and go.
Probably.
Next game up is Ohio State, Michigan State. That'll be a really good game.
Yeah.
I honestly think Michigan State is going to finally end it.
I think so too.
After all the stuff that's happened to them this year, I don't
like either team, but
I don't either.
I think Michigan State I think is going to put them away. I think so.
Next game after that is Penn State Northwestern. Penn State. This is one of the Cinderella stories too. Penn State knocking off two teams.
Is.
I called the game yesterday. I said Penn State will beat Illinois. I was like, no, Illinois got great perimeter defense. I said, you're right, but Penn State is better.
Illinois is just Illinois, I feel like, is kind of like Indiana in terms of consistency every single year. Like, I feel like they never are consistent throughout the year.
They're not.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then the final game, honestly, how sad is it that I'm going to say this? I don't know that we win this game. Like, it's very 50-50. It is so... We haven't played yet, and they just came off of a win, and they're hot.
That's what I'm scared about, too.
And,
like,
we're playing Maryland. Yeah.
And we haven't played yet,
And they didn't just come off of a win. They came off of a pretty good win, too. Like, it was against Minnesota, but you still won by 16 points.
Yeah.
Minnesota put up a fight for most of that game, so... so, I mean, that'll be interesting to see.
I'm really hoping that Hood Schifino can
finally not do what he did against Iowa.
Well, it seems like Iowa and Michigan, like, it didn't seem like he was involved too much in the game.
I mean, thank God we still won that game.
The game that he was last heavily involved in was obviously the Purdue game.
Yes.
So that's my biggest thing that I'm looking out for is, can Hood Schifino find that spark today?
And
Like,
I don't
even
know.
if it's
We'll
just
see.
finding the rhythm with his jump shot, like
Correct.
his go-to move,
Or even just like
finding
finding the
that.
dots, like pass the ball if you have
Exactly.
to. I don't even
Or,
care
yeah,
if you
like,
score.
just get the assist numbers
Yes.
up tonight or something.
Like,
you know,
and don't turn the ball. He turned the ball over quite a few times.
he did
Against Iowa,
Yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah,
I want to say
it
he
was
had what
bad.
6 turnovers. I think that game.
It was bad.
And
man.
for a 5-star recruit, that is an issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still think he
And
declares.
like honestly, like I've called him the laughing stock on this show before, but like God
I think
damn.
he declares for the draft. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, not Hood Shafino.
Oh,
not,
who?
Not Hood Shafino.
Oh,
But,
Race.
Yeah, I've called Race.
Nah, he's the laughing
The
stock.
laughing stock of the team, but
He had a
he,
good
he,
game.
He kind of showed up with Michigan. You know,
He
like
did.
he came up clutch with some steals.
But you
know?
still missed 2 free throws.
That was my thing.
The
It's
4
like-
free throws actually. 4.
That's what I felt so bad about him for. Is like
Nah, literally.
for every high that he had, he also had something that dragged
That's
him
Race
down.
for you. He
It's just
either
like-
has a high and then a really bad low, or he just has a low. Like there is no high. You never get like he never gets the 3-pointer and then just plays great the rest of the game. He gets the 3-pointer, then turns the ball over 4 times and then misses a layup.
He came up clutch though.
He
that
did,
game
and
against Michigan.
I
His last
honestly-
game in Assembly Hall. You know,
I
so.
said we lose if we lose because of Race Thompson missing 4 free throws. I'm literally quitting.
I was terrified after he missed that
Oh
second
my
free throw.
God.
I was petrified because like they were making their way down the court. Thank God Michigan. I mean, I love Michigan. Go Blue. Thank God that they just fumbled the ball there at the end. Passed it to him and he wasn't even looking. And I'm like, oh God, okay, thank God. Thank
Yeah,
God.
it was. I was just like, I literally texted Quincy. I don't know if he even looked at it, but I literally said, if Race misses these free throws and we lose, I'm retiring from Bloomington Buddies. I'm done. Like I'm done. I'm not coming back on the show. Like I quit. Thank God though, we actually came up and oh wow, Zach, that was impressive. Literally dunks over a 6'3" guy and then acts like he's super big. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be
He is
interesting.
super big,
I mean, he
so.
is, but like that's like me dunking on my 8-year-old brother and going, oh, like, what? No, like what?
That sounds
you
like
know-
something my brother would do.
Oh, I mean, my brother's not 8, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. Point is that that makes no sense. All right, other teams that I really think we could go over. Mac, no, that's gonna be crappy. St. Peter's, come on, please.
I think I was cheering for IU in that IU Michigan game just because I knew that IU probably most likely has the better chance of going on a bigger
Correct.
run in this tournament than Michigan does. Like
Correct.
Michigan was hot going into the IU game, but like there was a lot of close calls for them, and it just like
Fair.
they were just getting by the skin of their teeth,
Yeah.
So,
All right. In the Pac-12, really quick, UCLA is playing Oregon, who, by the way, UCLA is now up to number 2 in the country.
Yeah.
Pretty dope. Arizona at number 8 is playing Arizona State. That is an in-state rivalry that will be very, very good. Arizona State actually came back and topped off USC. They won 77-72. Oregon beats Washington State, so we'll see how that goes. Holy, sorry, guys. Ooh. In the SEC, another one of those where you have a ranked team in every one. Alabama's playing Mississippi State today. Missouri is playing Tennessee. Looks like Texas A&M is playing Arkansas, and Kentucky is playing Vanderbilt. If Kentucky doesn't win the SEC, do they make the tournament? They're currently sitting at, if I'm not mistaken, they're sitting
Number
at 21
3.
and 10.
They're number 3 in the SEC,
Correct.
and what are they in the?
21 and 10. Like that's their record.
Okay.
I think they'll still make it.
They're in the
but
top
I think they'll be-
25, right?
They're 23, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they'll still make it.
No,
but-
yeah. If they don't win this, I don't think it'll be too bad for them.
Actually, I don't know if
I mean, they're kind of in the same spot as IU right now,
Yeah, I mean, what do we
They're
think
literally
about
in the exact same spot as IU?
what do we think about Vanderbilt making it? They're 0-0-0, according to NCAA. So
according to them,
according to NCAA, they are 0-0-0. So
I
I
feel
mean,
like they have to win.
I feel like
this.
they have to win this. Yeah, I mean, can't go winless and make the tournament, right? Yeah.
But
so
they also don't have losses, though.
correct. That's what I'm saying.
the other side.
So
of it.
technically.
it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that takes some skill.
You know, good for them.
Good for you.
Good for them.
All right. We'll wrap it up with NFL draft, and then if you want to do another one of the drafts that we did last week, we can.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be fun.
As of last night at 1:30 a.m. Oh, this morning at 1:30 a.m. I won, but I'm going to double check it again on YouTube.
Okay.
I think we had 19 votes that came in.
19, okay.
Did
I get one?
Yes.
Oh, let's go.
Actually, you and Quincy, I'm pretty sure, dead ass tied. Let's see here.
Shout out to the fans who voted for me.
Yes. Definitely shout out to the fans who voted. So let's see, community.
Shout out to the fans who voted in general.
Okay, so yeah, 5 days ago, who has the best QB lineup? We got 17 votes.
Okay.
I got 53%, and you and Quincy each got 24%.
Let's go.
I didn't do the math. I don't know how many votes that is. I don't care. Yeah. I just know that I have a 53 and you each have a 24, so that means I win.
53 out of 19, you said? So that's probably about...
Probably
about 10 votes.
Yeah,
probably
10.
About 10
well,
votes.
yeah. Yeah, that would be 10. I don't know.
So
math. 9. It'd be 9, right?
I think it's 11, 4 and 4 for Quincy and I.
Okay.
I think that's how it turns out.
Is that right? Okay. I don't know. You do the math for me. you do it.
I'm not a math guy, is the thing.
Quincy's the math minor. Where is he when we need him?
I know, right?
Even though, what was it? Yeah, he said something last show. We were like, how are you a math minor, bro?
Oh, yeah, he did.
It was something really so funny. But yeah, so I did win. So that means that technically, I'm not going to lie, we would have had a tiebreaker between you two, but since
that's the funniest part about it is like there can't even be a tiebreaker for second place because I feel like as soon as you got Mahomes, it was kind of over, you know.
I mean, yeah, but I also the second that he got Burrow and Allen, I was like, oh, he may win.
That's
this.
true. He
didn't. I was like, damn.
Yeah, he had Quincy had
well,
some
the
good
fact
picks.
that you let both Herbert and Purdy fall to me, I was like, all right, I got it now. Like, I mean, I was like, okay, all right. So today.
NFL isn't my strong suit.
NBA?
I know NBA much better than the NFL.
Well, we're gonna have a little bit more fun today.
Okay.
We're doing your all time starting lineup. You have to pick one of each position, and you get any player from all time.
Okay.
All right. Now you lost, so you get the number 1 overall pick.
Okay.
Between you and me, I know who you're taking, and I'm kind of pissed because I wanted him.
There's really no one else for me to go for. Okay.
You said you wanted Magic Johnson. Got it. Let me just put that in here really quick. All right. Let's see. Team. Okay. Okay. NBA all-time draft. Okay. So, I assume you're taking MJ.
Yep. Taking MJ right off the bat. MJ.
All right. Let's see. This is hard for me. I don't really. I gotta take him, man. He's my guy. I root for him. You know. I would root for him any day of his life. Well, I mean, okay, that comes out horrible considering who I'm about to pick. Let's take Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to take my man.
Okay.
And then I get another one. Or do you just want to go back to back since it's just two of us? You just want to go like alternate?
No. We can do a snake. We can do a snake.
Let's see.
Or yeah, it's fine. Just do two.
Okay.
Just do two.
I hate him so much. I do not want to take him.
Okay.
You know who I'm thinking too, and I don't want to take him because he's not even in my top 5. God. Give me Wilt, bro. Give me Wilt.
Wilt Chamberlain.
I need some height. Let's get some height going.
Okay. Okay. So I've got Jordan for point guard.
Oh, you're taking Jordan at point guard?
Or no, not point guard. Jesus.
Okay. I was about to say. Well, wait. Which Jordan are we talking? Are we talking 3 Jordan or 2 Jordan? Because he could play both. Which Jordan? You could if you pick a player that plays multiple positions, you can pick where he goes. I'll say that. So like, I'm taking Kobe at my shooting guard.
Shoot. I mean, yeah. I mean, I gotta take LeBron.
I figured you would.
Gotta take LeBron.
I just can't. I physically cannot. Like, I hate him. I hate him.
I mean,
so you're putting LeBron at 3 and Jordan at the 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put them in order. So.
Okay.
Okay. That way you just know. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I had to think for a moment. All right. I'm I'm taking what I would imagine to be one of the best backcourt duos of all time.
Okay.
I'm putting Steph in my 1.
Putting Steph in your 1?
Yep.
Okay.
I think he's going to be the best point guard by the time. Actually, I think he's already there, but people will debate that with me. So, dude, I just can't imagine Steph playing with Kobe. It'd be ridiculous. All right. And then... Oh, wait, you were supposed to get 2 back-to-back. Who do you want? Never mind.
Oh,
Scratch my
shit.
pick. You can pick him if you want.
No, it's fine.
I forgot we were doing Snake because there was 2 of us.
I won't take Steph. Okay, so I've got
LeBron and MJ is who you have.
LeBron and MJ. I'm trying to think for like...
It's so funny. We always talk about our all-time list, and then when we actually have to pick, we're like, shit, we can't.
I know, right? Let me see. Let me do some... Oh, shit. God bless. Jesus. I can't even think, like...
Yeah, who would fit with the...
I know. Yeah, so Jordan I have for my shooting guard.
Correct.
LeBron for point guard.
You mean small forward?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm so bad with basketball.
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
So small forward, yeah, so we're good there. Shit. I'm trying to think of like centers too.
Well, there's the most obvious one that hasn't been picked yet.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of great centers though of all time.
Yeah, but like,
you know,
you already picked LeBron. I mean, like, you just want to keep going with the Laker. Well, never mind. I will never call LeBron a Laker. Screw him.
Give me. I'm tied between 2 right now for my center. Give me Kareem.
Yep, that's what I was
Give me
like.
Kareem.
Okay,
it was between Shaq and Kareem for me.
That is fair.
Okay, so yeah, MJ, LeBron, Kareem.
God, I don't know what I want to pick.
So who am I missing? I don't even know.
You're missing a point guard and a power forward.
Okay.
And I'm missing a small forward and a power forward. Fudge Christ, Jesus. Oh. It's so... Because I'm also way overthinking this. Like, if I was just going for best all time, I would already had my list. But I'm also thinking about who would play well together. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm way overthinking this.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. I definitely get that.
Because like I would have already have picked like Patrick Ewing and like all of these like my top 5, top 6, top 7, and like they wouldn't play well together though is the problem. God damn, I don't even. This is so stupid hard.
Because there's so many greats.
There's so many greats. I'm really tempted to take Carl, bro. Dude, I don't even like. The problem is like, would they play small forward today?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, let's see. Oh, duh. I'm stupid as hell. I don't know why I didn't even think of him. I'm taking my man Larry.
Taking Larry?
Taking one of the best shooters ever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll put him at the... I mean, he technically played both. Like, he could have. I'm just going to put him at the small. I mean, if I find another guy that plays small more, then I'll put him at power. But for now, we'll put him at the 3. Just go ahead and pick your next one.
So I need a point guard and a power forward.
Correct.
And you already took Steph.
Correct.
Wait, do you need to round yours out?
Huh?
Did you already round yours out just now?
Oh, wait, yeah, that's right, I do.
Yeah, because you need 2.
Shit, Jackson, Jesus. Fuck. I can't even think.
Why did I do that? I should have just taken all my good picks then. Okay.
Let's see. I don't even know who would be here. You know how tempted I am to just put Shaq at the 4. I don't even know. Just imagine putting Shaq at the 4 and Wilt at the 5, bro. That'd be ridiculous.
Oh my god. No one would ever drive.
Got it.
No one would ever drive.
Got it. I know exactly what I'm taking. Give me my man. And this is kind of ironic considering that Shaq wants his new nickname to be the Dark Nowinski. Let's go with Dirk. Gotta take Dirk.
Oh man.
Gotta take my man Dirk. That's my 5. So.
All right. So yeah. I'll do my last 2 and then we'll relist them off.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to decide who I want first, power forward or a point guard.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You get them back to back. So.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter, but let's go for my point guard. Let's do Magic.
I was figuring you would do that. Also, if you want to put Kareem at the 4, you could do another center if that makes it easier on you. Because I know power forwards are hard to think of.
It's true.
Because Kareem could play the 4, so like that's not something I'm mad at.
He could play the forward. I want to mix it up a little bit. Let's go for power forward. Let's round it out. Tim Duncan.
Ooh, that's a great pick.
Tim Duncan.
He honestly switches in and out of my top 5. I'm not even gonna lie. He's one of my favorite players ever.
All right.
So as of now, well, I mean, not really as of now. Final.
Finals.
Jackson's is Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and LeBron. Tim Duncan and Kareem. I think you're automatically going to win just because you have both MJ and LeBron. Like,
probably.
I hate LeBron, and I will never take him.
That's the thing. You kind of gave it up, though.
But also, in my opinion, I still have the number 2. I'm sorry. I do. You have the 1, easily.
But yeah, you still have...
I have Kobe.
Okay, yeah, so you have Kobe,
Steph,
Steph,
Larry Bird,
that's really
Dirk
good.
Nowinski, and my man,
those top 3,
the one and
though,
only Wilt.
Those top 3, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the best shooting dynamic in the history right there.
That's still really, really good.
You have I'm gonna shoot lights out. I'm gonna clutch up, and then I can do whatever the hell you need me to do, Larry Bird. So I don't know. That's gonna be a close one.
I think it'll be closer than you think.
Yeah,
I think it will be closer.
You're just gonna get all the LeBron bandwagon a-holes out there. No offense to you guys.
Probably.
But hey, you know what?
You kind of have to take him.
You have to take him.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I literally said on the table, I said the second I don't take him, you're gonna take him. I knew you would, but like
I was honestly kind of shocked.
I would rather lose than pick him.
I don't deserve to win this though because I couldn't even list off the positions.
Hey, it's okay. I mean, hey, you want to put LeBron at the point guard? It's okay. I'll let you do it. But so yeah, I'll put that up again on a vote. I can put up like a Instagram poll and we can add those votes together if you want.
Perfect.
And all of that. So, all right. Before we get going, how much time we got? About half an hour. Right? Is it 1 or 1:30? 1, right?
1:30.
Okay.
Yes, 1:30. We got half hour.
Okay.
Half hour.
So I want to do draft picks. By the way, before we get started, a shout out to the web. This is a great website to use if you don't use it. WalterFootball.com is one of my favorite websites to go to. He does mock drafts throughout the whole year. He's already got them up for next year too. The first round. He does the first round for next year is already up. He goes in depth with it. He changes it on like a daily basis. He does a really good job with it. He's a great guy to just kind of look at and look at the picks. I don't take it word for word or take it pick for pick. I kind of like use it as a base, and then I change things that I think are going to end up being different. But like it is funny because sometimes I'll make my picks before I look at him, and like we have the same picks. So it's like he's a really good guy to base it off of. Oh yeah, I do. But like I also didn't find out about it until last year. So, but yeah, speaking of that, for those of you who listened to the radio show I did in high school, I started a thing where usually about 6 weeks before the draft, we're running a little bit late. I think the draft's in about 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks.
I think so.
But that's okay because we're doing the whole first round, so it covers 2 weeks because we're going to be gone next week. What I have always done is we had 4 people at the time on the show, so it was a lot more on my radio show, and we would just pick our picks, and we would go through picks 1 through 16, and then 17 through 32 the next show, and then round 2, 1 through 16, round 2, and we would just do that until we got through round 3, and then we would be done. But we're going to go through all of round 1 today, because we got just 2 of us. It shouldn't take terribly long. Again, check out the Walter Football. That's like if I forget a pick. I have it written down. Again, too much research. You know me. I spent about 3 hours yesterday going over this stuff. There's a couple things I will spend hours and hours doing, and that is anything to do with drafts. I love drafts. I do sometimes Madden fantasy drafts just to draft, and then I quit just because I like to draft and build a team. Number one, these picks are not going to line up. I'm doing this theoretically based on what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
So for the number one overall pick, I have the Indianapolis Colts. I think
Colts?
the Bears trade. I think that the Bears and the Colts end up striking a deal. The Bears will move down to 4, and the Colts will move up to 1. I'm not sure yet. I'm still deciding what I think that will entail, whether it be a first-round pick next year and this first-round pick and a couple seconds. But we'll see. But I think that the Colts trade up. And the reason I think they trade up is because at the number one overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts are taking Anthony Richardson, quarterback out of Florida. He fits them very well. He broke multiple QB records at the Combine. He ran faster than Cam Newton. He jumped higher than, who was it? DK Metcalf, I think is what it was, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a dual threat quarterback. He's a great fit. Imagine him in the backfield with just Jonathan Taylor. Like, you're not going to be able to say, hey, Jonathan's running this ball, because you're going to have to say, crap, he's going to pull it and run.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of something that, like, if Lamar was in that offense, you would be screwed.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Overall, I think he's a great pick to be a first overall. But who do you think's getting the first overall pick? Do you think it's the Colts as well, or the Bears?
I think, I agree. I think the Bears and the Colts will make a deal. In terms of who the Colts pick, like, for a while it was always between C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young.
Correct.
But I'm with you now. It's either between C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson. I'm going to stick with C.J. Stroud.
That's fair.
I think the Colts will probably try and shoot high for him.
I feel that. Yeah, I mean, he's a big dude. I mean, he's tall. Yeah. I wouldn't say he's as dual of a threat as Anthony Richardson, but he's that good. Like, he's a lot like a Peyton. Like, he does like to stick in the pocket. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he could play like a Luck if he had to.
I think so.
Somebody did make the joke the other day. Jim Irsay is always talking about how he's willing to spend money, and then they said, well, obviously he's not very good at spending the money on the right people. He said he got rid of Peyton for Luck, and now look where he's caught in the last 3 years. Yep. I said, yeah, that's pretty depressing when you think about it.
Absolutely.
You're a Colts fan, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like any
I'll go ahead and dig your grave right now.
Any professional team in Indianapolis I cheer for. So yeah, I'm a Colts fan. I'm a Pacers fan.
Okay, that's fair.
Because baseball is out of state for me.
I mean, I'm sure you're an Indians fan. Indianapolis Indians, man, such a big team. But yeah, so
by that logic, it's like, should I be a Pirates fan then?
Yeah, I mean, technically.
I'm trying to get more into the NHL. I really want to start watching a lot of the NHL more, and that was like that was my mindset that I was going for, because I'm like, okay, so I like the Indy Fuel, which is the minor league team for the Blackhawks. And so I'm like, should I be a Blackhawks fan? And then I was like, but I know the Blackhawks are terrible right now.
Correct.
So
I mean, hey, personally, I'm happy with the Blackhawks. You gonna give me Patrick Kane? I'm down.
For me right now, it's between because like I said, I really want to start getting into the NHL more. For right now, it's between like the Blackhawks and the Red Wings right now, just because I'm also a Michigan fan, so like
Rangers,
the Red Wings.
Baby.
But I was also thinking that too. I'm like, should I be a Rangers fan because I'm also a Yankee fan? Because I guess that would kind of sort of make sense.
Only New York team I'm not a fan of is I'm a Warriors fan. Other than that, I'm a New York through and through. Give me the Rangers, Yankees, the Giants, though. I don't even want to talk about them right now.
I might genuinely just become a Rangers fan.
Yeah, I mean, then again, we also all know how New York is with money. Daniel Jones, $40 million a year. I mean, why not? Just throw that money off the table, boys. Saquon, who took us to a playoffs, let's just barely give him a franchise tag. Anyway, all right, the number 2 overall pick, I have the Houston Texans, and I have them with the number 2 overall pick taking C.J. Stroud, quarterback out of Ohio State. I think they'll take a QB.
You think they'll bail out of Bryce Young?
I do. I think that they've had success with Davis Mills. I don't think it's Davis Mills that's having them lose, but I think that they're looking for somebody that's a little bit more versatile. And I think that C.J. Stroud is that versatile QB they want. He's tall. He's big. They had success with Deshaun Watson, who should not be playing in the league. But, personally, I can't make that joke. Anyway, my point is that, I think that they had success with that bigger QB. He was kind of a bigger QB. He was a little taller. Bryce Young's a little bit on the smaller side. He's not as, I I would say, muscular, strong, and C.J. Stroud's kind of that bigger fit.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be he fits nice. I feel like he'll fit nice into the Texan system too. So I think he's taking C.J.
Okay. I also have Texans with the second pick. Because I already gave the Colts C.J. Stroud. I'm going with Bryce Young though.
Okay,
So
that's fair. That's fair.
he's still such an immensely talented player.
Oh, he is.
Know? I mean, probably definitely deserved. He could go number 1 overall.
Correct,
know?
and that's why people
But
are going to
it's
get
just
mad
like
where I
the
have
luck
him
of the
in my
draw,
draft.
kind of.
Yeah,
So.
people are going to be really pissed at where I have him in my draft. Number 3 overall, the Arizona Cardinals. I have them taking Will Anderson, the left outside linebacker / defensive end out of Alabama. He is by far one of the most explosive edge rushers I've seen in recent history. Like, he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember what his 40 time was. I don't think it was as fast because he's more of he's like a Micah. Like, Micah's quick, but he's like, I'm going to explode, but like, I'm not like consistent, like staying.
Yeah.
Because now I'm actually curious what Will Anderson, what his 40 time was really quick because I didn't see it. He ran a 4.6, I think is what it was. Yeah.
Was it that fast?
It wasn't that. That's not actually fantastic. I mean, it's not bad for an outside linebacker who is, I want to say Will Anderson's like, what is he, like 280? I'm not even sure. I don't even remember what he is. They're not giving me any. He's 240, so actually that wasn't as fast as I thought. But he is being listed as one of the best explosive rushers. So we'll kind of see how that ends up going with him.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Quincy Bell is sending me pictures. I don't know of what. Probably the game. But I think that is going to be my number 3 overall pick. I think that after losing JJ, they're going to need a replacement on the D-line, somebody who can help them, especially now that they're playing against Geno, who has been successful. They're going to be playing against Brock Purdy now, who is a very great, you give him time, he's going to dot you up.
Yeah.
They need somebody who can get off the edge and rush him. So
yeah.
I'm going to take Will Anderson.
I also have Cardinals. I'm going Jalen Carter from Georgia.
Okay.
Defensive,
assuming that he's still going to be in the league.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Defensive lineman, still really good.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely the same.
He's a great. I mean, he's not a good person, but he's a great player.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
him and Deshaun have a lot in common. But yeah, so I mean that's a good. I actually thought about it, but then I was like, do the Cardinals risk it?
I think
they're already having so many issues. Do they risk maybe not even getting use of their draft?
I think they could, but
I mean, I can see it. I'm not doubting it. I
definitely see it, but I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't take it.
100% fair.
They probably shouldn't take it.
They shouldn't, but you never know.
They really shouldn't, but it. Yeah.
Number 4 overall pick, I have the Chicago Bears taking Tyree Wilson. I think that's the best D-line pick that the Bears could make. I think he'll fit them more. I think you just lost Roquan. You just lost a lot of good rushers. Khalil Mack, obviously, you lost 2 years ago. So, yeah, this is something that they're going to have to fix, and I think that this will be a good way for them to fix it. Rutgers up 36-33, by the way, right now. Just started the half about 2 minutes ago.
Let's go.
So, yeah, I'm thinking Tyree Wilson for the Bears. Out of Texas Tech.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's probably the best pick for the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And you also are going to get probably a first, maybe 2 firsts next year. A bunch of second-round picks because of the trade with the Colts.
Yeah.
And you really didn't lose anything because it's not like you were taking a QB anyway. Though, I mean, it's possible they want to keep it to draft Will Anderson, maybe, but I don't think so. At number 5. This is where I have Jalen Carter going, and it made me laugh. Somebody said Seattle's taken big risks on crazy players before. Why not keep going with this? I mean, Marshawn, Richard Sherman. Shall we keep going? But yeah, so somebody said, they take big risks all the time. Might as well do it now. So yeah, I think Jalen Carter will go here.
God, I'm not. This is where I'm gonna start falling off the wagon. God, because I already have Jalen Carter. I already have Wilson from last pick. Correct.
Yes.
I'm gonna go. I think they'll probably go with Will Levis.
You think they'll take a QB?
I think they will.
Interesting. Okay,
I
I mean,
think
I
they
can
will.
see it. Maybe get him a
Like-
year behind Geno.
I know, yeah, like I think they need a more like solid replacement,
Yeah.
like just a solid like go-to guy. 'Cause,
I feel
like,
that.
there was a lot of hesitance.
There was.
There was a lot. Yeah, they were very hesitant last year, and it ended up working out pretty good for them.
I mean, they signed him. So do they stick with them though? I don't know.
think
That's
they
going to be
could.
tough.
I
mean,
think
they
they
could.
could.
It'll depend on
Yeah.
a lot of different situations.
Yeah.
Number 6, the Detroit Lions. Taking Christian Gonzalez, the cornerback out of
Yeah.
Oregon. He's
Same.
he's a 6'2" corner. They don't have it. They've got great receivers. They got a good O-line. I think that you still need to think about drafting an O-line, which we'll get to when I talk about second-round picks maybe on another show. I think they have a great O-line. For the person that commented on my YouTube, this is for you, considering that they think that I'm stupid. I do my research, and that's why they have a good O-line, but you need depth at positions. If you already have a decent, because they really do have a solid team. Like they didn't do like great this year, but if you look at their roster, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like DeAndre Swift, Jared Goff is like mediocre, but Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I'm just
you've got
waiting
Williams
for Detroit to blow up.
That's what I'm saying. You've got Williams. You've got all these great. You've got Khalif Raymond. You've got DJ Chark on the defensive end. I mean, yeah, it's a little shaky. So that's why I'm saying like draft a number one corner. You need a number one corner.
Hutchinson already.
Correct. You have Aiden Hutchinson. Like
So-
you've got a decent all around team. And
Like they got very close to
And I
making
honestly
the
think-
playoffs last year.
correct.
I'm not saying that they're going to win the Super Bowl this year or
No.
anything like that, but I'm just waiting for the year
And
that
honestly,
Detroit blows up.
you know who I
it's
think
going
they-
to be so exciting, honestly.
Who I think they could possibly sign in free agency is Bobby Wagner. So you already have a linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, he would be a good pickup for you. So that'll be very interesting to see. But yeah, so I think that that's what they need. You also said that, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. I'm Christian Gonzalez. Yeah.
Number 7 overall at the Las Vegas Raiders. This is where I think Bryce Young is going. I think they've been trying to go after Aaron Rodgers, but I think if you look at it, as much as I don't think he's going to fit in there because he already hates the media in Green Bay, so why would you go to the biggest media source in the world in New York? I don't know why. But I think Aaron Rodgers goes to New York. As much as I have a bunch
think
of my
so?
friends and shout out to one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Thompson, is a Jets fan, and he's already said, like, literally, I want anybody but him. And I was like, I understand. Like, I do. Like, I think Derek Carr would have been a great fit. The fact that he, by the way, chose to sign with the Saints was interesting to me. I think he'll look great in black and gold, considering he's already coming from that kind of same color. And I like Derek Carr. I've always been a Derek Carr fan. The fact that he casually at the Pro Bowl goes, they go, well, you look really good here. Like, what would you have to say about it? He goes, well, I mean, obviously I'm not looking too high. I guess that's why I'm going somewhere else. Dude, the flex was ridiculous. And everybody was just like, oh, he did not just say that. But yeah, so I think they're going to get a replacement QB. How about you?
Number 7. Yeah, the Raiders. Have I said Anthony Richardson yet?
No, you haven't?
I think I'll go. Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
that's
go
fair.
with
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson. I think, yeah.
I think it would work for them.
I think it would definitely work, yeah, for the quarterback position. I think it would definitely work for them, especially, I mean, with all the heavy hitters being taken already off the table and everything. So I think he'll definitely work out in Las Vegas.
I agree.
So,
I can see that.
I think so, yeah.
All right, number 8, the Falcons. I have them taking Peter Skoronski, the offensive tackle out of Northwestern. I think that they just need to solidify that offensive line right now, especially if they're going to try to make a move on Lamar Jackson, which is what sources are saying right now. Obviously, Lamar is not completely sold in Baltimore. He is on an open contract franchise tag, so he's allowed to negotiate. I think that the Falcons could possibly consider signing him, which would be interesting to see. So I'm taking an O-line.
Like I said, I'm probably going to start falling off the wagon here just because I don't really know too much about the rest of the draft.
That's fair.
You know?
That's fair. It's all right.
I mean, I want to say, yeah, for the Falcons, right?
Correct.
And who did you take?
I took Peter Skoronski, the offensive tackle out of Northwestern.
I'm gonna go based off CBS and Ryan Wilson's picks. I'm gonna go.
Oh, there we go. That's a good guy. That's another decent guy to go off of.
I'm gonna go Christian Gonzalez
That's fair.
from Oregon.
Oh, wait, you took him
Did I take him
with
already?
the Lions.
Oh shit, that's right, I did. No, yeah, I did. Shit. Well then, I forgot about that. Yeah. Well, shit.
Sorry, I didn't
I
give
don't even
Jackson
know.
time to prepare. I literally just told him as we walked in. Like, we got on air, and I was like, hey, we're doing NFL. And he was like, oh, crap.
Shit, I don't even know anymore. I already took Wilson. I already took Carter. Just send it. Just send it. Yep.
Just
Just
go.
send it. Just keep going.
Okay,
Just keep
okay.
going.
All right, so number 9, Carolina Panthers. I'm taking Will. I think Will Levis will be
Will
great.
Levis,
They
okay.
need a QB.
Yeah.
I think he'll still be on the
Yeah.
table. He fits their style. He's a lot like a Baker, a lot like we saw when they and I
Well,
think
we
Baker.
all know how Baker turned
Well,
out, though,
correct,
so.
but I think that was more of Baker's mentality of,
Yeah.
hey, you just traded me from this team to a team that I really hate. I don't like this team. I don't like this atmosphere. I don't like the coaching. You trade him to LA, and he loves it. I mean, he's probably going to be their starting QB. I think Stafford's done. He's old. He's injured. He doesn't look as good as he did the Super Bowl year. I think he's done. They got the Super Bowl they wanted out of him with the trade, and they're done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they're going to take Will. Number 10, the Philadelphia Eagles. I think it's Isaiah Folsky, defensive end out of Notre Dame. I think that he's that edge rusher that they need. They're probably going to lose Fletcher Cox. He's in free agency. They don't have the cap to re-sign him. They already have to re-sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson, which they did. They also have to, if they want to keep Miles Sanders, which from what I'm hearing, they don't. And I don't blame them. I think Miles Sanders is a good running back, but you've got Kenny Gainwell, you've got Boston Scott, you've got some good replacements. Number 11, the Tennessee Titans. I think they're taking Paris Johnson, offensive tackle / guard out of Ohio State. Obviously, there's a lot up in the air for the Titans right now. They're definitely in rebuild mode. They're putting Derrick Henry on the market, so they're in rebuild mode at that point. They don't really have. I think that if they're smart, they stick with Malik Willis. I think he's a great QB. I think he just needs time to develop. Get rid of Tannehill. Tannehill had his moments, and I think he's done. He's not him. He's not him. I think you keep Derrick Henry. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. This is really random, but I just got a text from my stepmother. And apparently, since it's March 10th, it is MAR 10, and it is officially Mario Day.
Mario Day.
Yes. And I was not aware of this. That is fantastic, actually.
It's officially Mario Day.
Yeah, it is officially Mario Day. So
Is today when the Mario movie comes out?
I have no idea. Is Mario Day really a thing?
No way.
Oh my God, it is. On Mario Day, which is March 10th, they have the best Mario, like all the Mario games and stuff are on sale on Nintendo.
Damn. And the
Like, they're
Mario
all
movie missed out on a
discounted.
great time to release the movie. It's released
They
April
did.
5th, and it's not being released today.
No, that sounds like an L right there.
That's a big missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, what was I gonna say? Where were we at? Oh, Tennessee. So I think they need an O-line. They need to protect in case they do end up keeping Derrick Henry and why can I not think? My gosh, guys, I'm losing my mind. Malik Willis, thank you. Holy. At number 12, the Houston Texans have another pick. I think they're taking Jackson Smith Njagba. I can never say his name cleanly. The wide receiver out of Ohio State. He's a tall, agile receiver. I think he'll be good for them. I know he didn't play because of injury, but I still think he's one of the best players, one of the best receivers in the game from college. So that'll be interesting to see. Oh my gosh, man. My nose just all of a sudden is just like... Number 13, New York Jets. I'm taking Bodrick Jones, offensive tackle out of Georgia. Number 14, New England Patriots. I'm taking Quentin Johnson. He had a fantastic season from TCU.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a
Absolutely.
big target. It'll be good for whoever the quarterback is coming out of there. Green Bay, I'm taking Lucas Van Ness, the defensive end of Iowa. I think that he'll be a good. They lost half their defense to make room for the Aaron Rodgers contract that proved to be worth nothing. So that'll be interesting. The Commanders, I think they're taking Brian Branch, the cornerback out of Alabama, add a little bit of depth to the defense. Pittsburgh, I think they're taking Joey Porter Jr., another corner out of Penn State. Detroit, I think they're taking Devon Witherspoon, cornerback out of Illinois. Just might as well secure that cornerbacking position, kind of add depth there. Wrapping it up, Tampa Bay, I think they're taking Bijan Robinson, the running back out of Texas. They lost Leonard Fournette out of free agency. They don't have cap for it. I think that they're going to need a good replacement. He's a pretty good running back. Seattle, Miles Murphy, defensive end out of Clemson. He's a good player to add to that D-line. I think the Chargers take Callahan Kensey, defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh. Baltimore takes Zay Flowers, receiver out of Boston College. They like that type of wide receiver, the short, fast receiver, and he's that. Obviously, they had Hollywood Brown, who was a good success before they traded him. But they like those kind of smaller, fast receivers. Minnesota, I'm taking Cam Smith, cornerback out of South Carolina. I think that he is a very, very good cornerback. I almost thought about taking Michigan corner because he was ridiculous. He ran a 4.27.
Yeah, he was good.
That's faster than Tyreek. That's ridiculous. But he's just, I don't think he's as good everywhere else. He's fast and he's good, but I think these corners are just better at everything.
There's still a lot of
else.
potential though.
There is.
But
it's going to determine if they want to risk. He's also shorter than most of these other corners. He's still 6 foot, but a lot of these corners are 6'2", 6'3". So, where was I at? Minnesota. Okay. Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm taking Tyreek Stevenson, cornerback out of Miami. And then my very own New York Giants, I think they take Jordan Addison, wide receiver out of USC. We lost quite a few of our wide receivers to free agency because of our dumbass Danny Dimes contract, which I, to this day, am very mad about. Don't get me wrong, I think he had a great season considering, but is he worth $40 million a year? No. That makes him tied with the seventh highest paid quarterback in the league. He's tied with Dak Prescott. So two really shitty quarterbacks are tied for seventh. It's just Dallas Cowboys, I think that they take Siaki Ika, nose tackle out of Baylor. I think that that's going to add to their defensive line with Micah Parsons. It's going to be ridiculous. I think the Buffalo Bills take Tuli Tuapulutu. I think I said that right. Defensive end of USC. He's a really good depth to that D-line as well. Cincinnati takes Osiris Torrance, guard out of Florida, to help protect Joe. The Saints, now that they have Derek Carr, they lost Michael Thomas. I think they're going to need at least a somewhat of a target. So I think they're taking Michael Mayer, the tight end out of Notre Dame. I think that he'll be a good tall target. And then the Eagles, for their next first-round pick, I think they're taking Tyler Steen, offensive tackle out of Alabama, just to kind of help give Jalen a little bit extra protection, especially since I think Jason Kelce will end up retiring.
You think so?
I think that he'll go out on a Super Bowl appearance. He already has one.
Yeah.
He's old. He's 34.
Yeah, I think so.
I think because Travis Kelce's 30, right? Or 31. Okay. I know he's 3 years older than him.
Let me see.
Maybe Jason is 33.
Travis Kelce is 33.
Wait, Travis is 33?
Yeah.
Then Jason's got to be 36.
Jason is 35.
Okay. I knew he was 2-3 years older. I can remember. Okay, so yeah, 35 for an O lineman, that's old. That's pushing it. Most of them are, Taylor Lewan is 32 and he's already being thrown around free agency. Jason Kelce is still best center in the game. Yeah. No hesitation, but still. And then for the final pick of the first round, and I know everybody's oh, that's only 31 picks. If you remember, when the Dolphins had problems earlier in the year, they got their first round pick removed, which means that nobody gets it. It is taken out of the draft. So there are only 31 picks in this year's first round draft because the Dolphins are stupid. Kansas City Chiefs taking Jalen Duncan, offensive tackle out of Maryland. They need to help protect Patrick Mahomes. He cannot keep having to do it.
Absolutely.
He is sitting at home right now with his foot up going, if I have to do that again, I quit. Because he literally carried that team on his back. It's
I
ridiculous.
already have 2 Super Bowls. I think I can probably quit while I'm ahead.
Honestly, it's ridiculous. So yeah, shout out to all those teams. Me and Quincy may do, and us, we may do a little bit more in depth when he gets back. But we'll look at it. Thank you for still doing this. I know it's the last day before break.
Yeah.
But I think we had a lot of fun. I'll put those out, and I'll get this episode up as soon as I can. But until we get back from break, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I'll have this up, and also the NFL draft talk I'll put up on my channel as well.
Yeah.
Just as kind of our talk, because I was going to record it anyway, and we have nice equipment, so it works.
There we go.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and we will be back 2 weeks from now when we get back from break. But once again, thank you to producer Jackson, and we'll catch you guys next time.